Good afternoon. Yep, afternoon. I didn't include you in the morning. Sorry, I neglected you. Mainly because I don't know what the fuck I was doing today. And I still don't know what the fuck I did today. Well, this afternoon. I don't know what to do with the rest of the day. That would be the correct term. Wife's just finishing putting things away from shopping, and she's going to be knocking up a lunch shortly. Blah. It's just very wet. Very wet. Very wet. It's just constantly like drizzling, or raining, or drizzling, or showering, or raining, and it's just, yeah. I figured we'll go sit and have a chat in the studio. But I hope you lot are all having a good day, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is. Good night. Oh, just bang my knee on the desk. Fuck's sake. See, in that moment, I bang my knee on the desk, and I'm like, this room's so fucking small, and I'm banging me fucking knee, blah blah blah, and then I'm instantly like, at least you've got a fucking room. Like, I bet there's loads of people that probably see these videos and like, I'm just gonna adjust you. Wish they had like a fucking studio room with like the collectibles and they come sitting, and that's the crux of my fucking day in my head today. I'm just, oh god, I'm conflicted. I'm just battling. Be prepared. This might just be like a mini podcast vlog, like, cause I can talk. That's the one thing I got going for me today. I can talk, I can speak, I can genuinely articulate most of what I'm feeling. But then getting past that point, that's yeah. I just, I don't know if it's just all money, you know. I fucking hate the stuff. I love the stuff, and I hate how much control it has on life. Go back from the scoring, and the wife's on the phone trying not to argue with her daughter's ex's girlfriend. I'd say stepmom, but they're not married. It is what it is. It's his fucking girlfriend, long-term girlfriend, but either way. And I got in just as it was. I could hear the phone, and it was, "Don't shout at me." And my wife was like, "I'm not shouting." And then she's like, "Well, I'm gonna go," because like my wife didn't want to get into a thing. But that was about money because of this fucking prom. That it confused me because we're in the UK, man. I thought the prom stuff was like an American thing. No offense to America, but it's just not really a big thing over here. I didn't think it was, and it's just that's all come at a time after, I think I said in the other vlog, like we went through our finances and shit last week, and it's just like it's not ideal. Tis not good. So yes, and I'm just feeling bad that like I'm not bringing money in, sort of thing. And then I start getting at myself that I'm like, you know, I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm a man, you know. But like I did all that, I did do it, and this is what, because I start to get at myself like, you know, I'm setting a bad example, or you know, I'm failing as a fucking man, husband, father sort of thing, because I'm not providing, not bringing in like the money sort of thing. But I've not always been like that. Like I did do that. Like I used to work on weekends when I was a fucking kid, still at school. Like I grafted then. Like when I met the wife, I'd just been made redundant. Not long been made redundant for the second time in my original trade, which was being a mechanic, because I left school and got a fucking trade. It's like, you know, you're a fucking man, you go get a trade, you get a fucking trade, don't you? Become a tradie. So I fucking done that, and I love cars, I love working on them and whatnot, but I got made redundant twice doing that shit. And then yeah, when I met my wife, the guy that's like my dad, he owns this house that I live in, right? And he lent me the money to go and get retrained as an electrician. So then I was self-employed spark for fucking years after that, and that had its own things. But I thought when my first son was born, I got back on the job the next day. You know what I mean? Like I did all that shit. I fucking hate myself now for it. I fucking do. You know what I mean? Like I used to fucking work weekends. I'd go work Sundays, and I'd be gone early in the morning. I'd be back like late on the fucking evening just to go get a couple £100, like if that at the time for the jobs I was doing. You know what I mean? So it's like it's not that I'm this lazy person, and I'm not saying this to you as like someone's accusing. I'm talking like this because these are the voices I've got in my fucking head, right? Fucking going at me. I've probably done podcasts like it before because it's been a fucking recurring theme for years, but I think it just all comes from the crash, right? And it's a fucking hard one because, yeah, we had that day, right? Driving down the road, 70 mile an hour, Sunday morning, dry, straight fucking line. Boom! We get smacked off fucking road, car goes down a ditch, spins, hits a tree, spins. From the steering wheel forward, there's nothing left of the car. My kids are there dangling upside down, there's fucking blood all over my wife. So it's hard because shit like that, when it's like your life and it's health, like you instantly do not give a fuck about your normal daily problems and issues and shit. Like they just do not matter. Like life and health matters. But it was a big thing like that because it wasn't just me, it wasn't just my wife, it wasn't just my kids, it was my whole fucking family. So like after that, like I could work at the time. I didn't work for a few months after because like I mean when you get shook around, I luckily like physical wise I was alright. I'd just been bashed around at like that speed in a car, so I was fucking aching. The wife's had like multiple surgeries and everything fucking since, and like she come out a lot fucking worse off it. Both had therapy, like proper private shit. And it's helped at the time and whatnot. But I'm just like, so it fucks me up for money, right? Because I'm like, I can't bear the thought of being employed. Because I worked for myself for the best part of 10 years. So you ask anyone that's worked for themselves, like the idea of working for someone, it's like, nah. Like, you just feel like a fucking slave. And this isn't me digging on anyone that does. Like, fuck me. If you're generally happy, you know, doing that shit, like, you know, all the power to you. And I wish I could be like blissfully ignorant. And that's not calling anyone else ignorant, but it's life experience, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, so that fucks me up for working, okay? Like, so I stopped working properly 2 years, just over 2 years ago. The thing that really put the nail in the coffin was like I'd been struggling for fucking ages anyway. Like we were self-employed, I got to the point where I was like, I won't work weekends, I wouldn't work late days. I took my kids to school every morning, so it's like I'd only work school hours, and then in between, after school hours, typically, you know, you go out, you do quotes, you do paperwork, you all that sort of shit. I wouldn't do that because I'm like, that's fucking family time. You can fuck off. Like customers go away. Like no. And then it was just got to the point like I didn't. It was too much. And then yeah, we lost my stepdad, and that was like the cherry on top because he was literally there one day and gone the next, and no one knows why. And there's still no real reason for it. So that coming on top of the shit I've still got lingering from the crash was 8 years ago, 9 years this year. It's been, I think me and the wife had only been together 2 years at the time. So yeah, money. It's just like, yeah. But then because I'm fully aware of that, like, that working class life, which I'm still fucking in. Like, I'm making videos like this, and I'm doing my vlogs, and I do everything else. And I want them to make money. I want them to pay my fucking living. I don't want to be rich. I'd like them to just cover my rent, food, like, just general bills, the Netflix, you know what I mean? Like, no, just normal fucking income. I'd like it. I'd love it to cover that. But then I feel like, why the fuck should you get paid to do that, right? When there's people out there fucking grafting and digging. Like, there's some guys across the road at the minute and they're working on the neighbour's house. So I'm on top of the roof and the day's shitty and cold and everything else. I think I said it in the other vlog, didn't I? I said if it ever actually worked, I don't know if I'd handle the guilt of living that way, even if it worked. So I'm kind of fucked. Like right now, I'm doing the videos, and I'm like, blah. I'm doing them, and like I'm not doing well. But then, yeah, even if money was coming from the vlogs, I think I'd be better off, obviously, because I'd be able to actually pay all the bills. And then that would maybe help the whole guilt about not being a provider, because I'd be like, well, I'm paying all the bills now, wife, like, it's fine again, like, I'm bringing the money in again. Because I was chatbotting at one point, and I was like, I've always been a fucking grafter, like I say. I used to work on a Saturday job, working at the house for the guy who owns my house now, and it was a big Georgian Hall thing. I helped restore it when I was a teenager. That was my weekend job. That was my best bit of the week. I looked forward to Saturdays and sometimes Sundays to go there. That was the best part of my week. I hated school. It was boring as fuck. I hated the kids. I was like, not socially awkward, but I weren't one of the popular fucking kids. But like, I weren't a complete fucking idiot either. That was fucking annoying. So yeah, I looked forward to that, and I like doing something and grafting at it and being like, yeah, I did that. Like, I like progress. I do enjoy it. And I've always been a good worker at places, but places where I've worked, I've just been fucking, they treat you like shit. Like, I'll never forget the first time I got made redundant. And it was like, it was at a garage, and like, we had really bad snow the one year. And I was the only one that turned up to work because I walked to work. Whereas because everyone else drove, the roads were too dangerous. So I got up early and I walked to fucking work. Like, that's the kind of guy I was, you know what I mean? But then, when it came out to redundancies, all that got really fucking took into consideration was, at the time, work was slowing up because we were going into a recession. And I put a post on my Facebook page because I was annoyed. Because at that time, within the franchise I was in, they used to send mechanics to other garages, and the one they were going to send me to, I didn't get on with the workshop controller there. Like, we butted heads, so I didn't want to go there. So I had someone in a comment say, "You alright, right?" from like my Facebook post thing. And I was like, "Oh, it's just this company, man, bunch of fucking cunts," sort of thing. And the owner came along. I think he'd spoke to me once since I'd been there. And he had a print out of that Facebook thing, and he slammed it on the bonnet of this car, which was a customer's car. And he's like, "What the fuck is that?" Because he was a Cockney. And I was like, "Oh, I weren't calling it." I said that about the company, and he got me face. He went, "I am the fucking company." 1 week later, I got my fucking redundancy letter. So yeah, that fucks you over. And then when I went to another garage. I was there for 6 months, but the recession was in full fucking swing. So the amount of times I'd get to work and there'd just be no cars to work on. So I'd be like, I'll take a holiday day. It's one of them, like, last one in, first one out. So that was nothing personal. It's just they didn't have the work. I was the last one newly coming employed, so I was the first one to go. Fine. And then I worked at UPS for a few years. And fuck me, man, that place, if your face fits, I don't know about anywhere else, but near me, the local UPS, I fucking grafted there. Like, I ran the busiest feed. I ran Camden, which is for fucking London. And we'd have nights, I think the builder was built for a volume of like 200,000, and we used to hit like 500,000 sometimes on a weekend, like a Friday evening. And I'd been given someone the first time, and they were shit. I still talk to the guy now, I call him Handicap, because he was my handicap, right? And it was like, this guy's crap. I was like, okay. And he got put with me, and he was shit. And I was like, well, I can either whinge and moan about how shit he is, or I can make him better. So I made him better. I made him into what we call a 500 pph loader, because it's packages per hour. And he was fucking smashing it. And then I had a Polish guy who didn't speak much English. And I did the same with him. But I'd just done everything by visuals. I'd be like, look, this, there. We put that there. Good, we'll put this one there, because you had to build a wall and shit. And anyway, I turned him into another one. So after that, they come up to me, I remember, and they were like, "Oh, right, like, what we're going to do is we're going to start getting people coming out of the training department." Considering there was an entire training department that was full-time and like full staff, because the turnover of staff was that much at that because it's a hard job, right? They're like, they'll come out of training department, and then we'll give them to you for a couple of weeks so you can make them really good, fast loaders, like, and then we'll put them around the PDs and strengthen the PDs. And I was like, "Oh, you're going to give me some, like, you're going to give me trainers' wages then?" Trainers were on the same fucking money as, like, team leaders. I was just a loader. And they're like, "Oh, we'll get you some cans of Coke." And I looked them in the face, when you can fuck off. You know what I mean? And it's just place, you're there long enough, and then you see people that have been there for a couple of weeks, but because they're friends with so-and-so, they end up being like a fucking supervisor before you know it. That place screwed my back up. I've had back issues for years, fucking since working there. So, like, I've done the graft for employment and been shat all over. So I ain't fucking doing that again. I ain't being employed. People can fuck off. Because most employed places just... So I'm gonna be here all fucking day. When I was a mechanic and I was at the smaller garage, like, if someone's a cunt, I can't not tell them. I can't keep my head down. So I've worked at places, and it's like then when I talked, that was the supervisor offering me the coke. Like, you can fuck off, like, I ain't fucking doing it. And when I was at the garage, I remember one, it was like, I got taught never to rush a brakes job by my mentor who trained me when I was an apprentice mechanic. You're doing brakes, you don't fucking rush. And I'll never forget, I had this job on, and at this garage, it was like a family-run garage, and the one that ran the workshop, he was an arsehole. And I'll never forget him being like, I want that job done tonight, I want it out. And it was end of the day, time to fucking go. And I was like, it's the brakes left and he bleeding and everything and whatnot. I'm like, I'm not rushing a brakes job at the end of the day. Like, I'll just do it in the morning. Shit like that, I can't. Yeah, that. And then obviously it comes with customers as well. Then, like, when I work for myself, like, you get a dodgy feeling about customers. Like, I don't want to fucking work here for you. I don't want this shit about you then being, oh, actually, I want this doing. Oh, actually, like, oh, can you knock this off then? Blah. I'm like, nope, I ain't got the patience. No. So yeah, I'm just fucked about money at the minute, I think, because of talking about it last week and how this prom shit over the weekend. And then my wife on about the money. And then because of that, I'm like, we want to sell the car. Because when we originally got the payout last year from the claim, like, I don't know if I said it already. It was a whole fucking thing. Anyway, we ended up getting this Land Rover Discovery Sport. I'm not that into those kind of cars, so I didn't really know it was a fancy car. As daft as it sounds, honestly, didn't realise. But since we've had it, it's been like, it's an expensive car, it's expensive to run. So anyway, we're like, we don't fucking need it. We hardly use it. We use the van way more. It's so much easier to get the kids in. So like, we're just going to sell it and we'll get the wife a cheap run around just for like, just cheap. Just so she can just get about because that's all she needs. But now it's just constantly raining and wet and drizzling and the weather's shit. I'm like, I need a dry day to wash the car to get some nice pictures to fucking list it. So then I'm juggling with myself. I'm like, do I wash it and just take wet pictures of it? I know this is all dumb and it's all, and I've been talking for nearly 20 minutes. But this is just what it is today. That, and on top of that, it's with these teacher strikes and shit, the kids are home more. And again, I don't know if it's from the crash. I know when I went through my therapy, we kind of linked it to that. But like, I feel like it's my full-time job to keep on top of my boys, to make sure they're good people. And like, they're great at school. They're lovely at school. My middle son's a fucking mute at school. He's autistic, but he's loud as fuck at home. So we're trying to sort that out. Where I've got a meeting with the teachers soon. But what I'm getting at is like, but then they're so just at each other's throats all the time. And for me, kindness and empathy and whatnot is a big thing. So like, I almost wish my kids were dumb, shit at school. You know, I'd rather have the teachers being like, oh, they're behind on this, behind on that, and they're not keeping up with it. But at home, or just knowing that them as people, because they don't teach that shit at school. They don't just teach you how to be a good all-round person sort of thing. They don't teach that at school. Like, PE's a joke at fucking school. So that bothered. So I'm on that more. Like yesterday, my kids have been playing Power World. I think I've told you in the vlogs. Like, so they're all wanting me to help them and whatnot. And anyways, these two powers, and my eldest turned to me, was like, Dad, I've got more of them than you. And he was like, but I ignored him. And he was like, Dad, did you hear me? I've got more of them than you. And I was like, what? I was like, we've been playing categories lately as well. And I was like, we've done character traits. So I was like, do you know what arrogant is? And I think he kind of nodded. I was like, because you're turning into a very arrogant person. And I was like, it's not nice. I went, you could have quite as easily just turned to me and said, hey, Dad, look how many Palladiums and Necromancies I've got. Like, I've caught quite a few of them now. And he'd been like, oh, son, that's wicked. Like, I know they're hard to catch. Well done. Like, that'd be cool. I mean, you could have given me that same information, but in, like, a more positive way. And I could have reacted positively to it instead of you trying to shove it in my face and put me down. Bear in mind, I'm your dad. Where's the respect? Sort of thing. You know what I mean? Just shit like that. And he'll do it to his brothers as well. But now it's getting to a point where they're doing it all. I think it's standing out more because our youngest son, who was like, he was a beautiful baby. Like, I used to call him Smiler because he was just fucking, you get one of them babies that's fucking lovely. And he's been like that through toddler age and everything. But now he's getting to the point where, like, he's lashing out at his brothers. He's even lying about the brothers being naughty just because he wants to be malicious to them. So now it's because all three of them are doing it. I'm like, what the fuck's going on with my family, with my kids? But then I'm like, it's just normal fucking three boys in a house. You know what I mean? So it's just been normal, but I'm just over fucking seeing it because of the whole crash thing. Because my kind of view is like, what if I'm gone tomorrow? I then have I prepared my kids like for life sort of thing to be well-rounded people. It's helped to rattle all this off to you, which is why I did it. Like I don't like it. I felt like a real fucking like the wife was like, "What do you want to do? What can you do? Maybe go for a run." And any suggestion, it was like fucking hitting me. I'm like, I can't fucking blah 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 blah. Too much. I said, I think I'm just gonna come sit in the studio and have a rattle to the camera like I'm doing a podcast. Not all my podcasts were like this, by the way. Only the bad ones. But I've said this all along. Like I want to vlog the days when like shit's going well and productive and everything, but if there's one thing, I can't stick to being like, oh, chaos in the garden, like clickbaity shit and what. The only thing I've got going for me is that I'm happy to be open and honest and share, which I know is like a skill thing in itself compared to a lot of people. Yeah. I'm not going to fully end it there, even though this is technically going to be one of my longest vlogs already. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of the afternoon. I'm partly like, I just want to chill. I don't want to do anything too heavy for my head. I probably just want to play my Power World, to be honest, or read my book. I just want to fucking... Because I'm going to have to be dad for like the rest of the week. And I've got to go do a favour for me landlord's brother. He's got a house, he's painting, he's asked if I can go help him. So that's on me as well. I'm like, oh, but the kids are home. But I'm like, oh, they'll be more productive. And I'm feeling bad on the vlogs as well because of the kids being off school last week and stuff. A lot of the days we're just chilling in the house because the weather was shit and obviously we're trying not to spend. So I didn't want to vlog the same fucking days over and over, but we would rinse and repeating. So, you know, I don't want that to be the afternoon for the vlogs as well. Because I'm always juggling between, I don't want the vlogs to be boring, but I don't want the vlogs to be a lie. I don't want to hide shit from you. I'll catch up with you tomorrow with how this afternoon goes. Well, what I'll do is I'm going to do a clever edit thing for myself. I'm going to say I'll either see you later or I'll see you tomorrow. But right now I'm going to say like, comment, subscribe and all that jazz. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video.